Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining Wake Up Charlotte to go. Of course, we are all talking about Nathan Chen's amazing performance this morning. First Olympic gold medal for him, just 22 years old. Of course, a couple days ago, we were talking about that record-breaking short program that he did. And of course, in 2018, a lot of people talking about him winning gold, and he fell. And so for him to come back so strong, so amazing. But guys, I have to say, one of my favorite parts was probably his performance to the Elton John medley of songs. And
Rocketman.
Rocketman, and then Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And he started with all his difficult jumps and then ended with just this. I mean, he was just getting down. He was boogieing, and he was celebrating, and it was so fun to watch.
Yeah, that guy, watching him, you see someone who is so cool under such amazing pressure. Think of what he's gone through since the last Olympics when he didn't come out with a medal. And his technique, his finesse, just the entirety of his performance was pretty amazing to see that this morning when a lot of us saw it, the rerun this morning. It was, that guy he is the new Rocket Man. That's who he is.
I think you can see during his performance that he just had fun with it. You could just see that even though the pressure was surrounding him having fun with it made it a flawless performance.
And that's what it's about to be. You just saw somebody in the zone. So he had the record-breaking numbers, but you could just tell he was ready. He was not going to let that gold slip through his fingertips. And that's a big deal. It's the first time that the men's gold medal for figure skating has been brought to the U.S. since 2010. So way to go, Nathan. Yeah. We're in here in Charlotte, North Carolina for you.
I feel like his is like the quintessential like Olympic story, like the highs, the lows, the agony of defeat, the thrill of victory, and everything in between. And this is his moment now to like actually savor being a gold medalist. So let's set this up for a little bit because we've got Nathan Chen, and then also we've got our golden girl Chloe Kim getting a second gold. We're going to get to her in just a second, and then just previewing what's about 3 or 4 minutes away. Ruby Durham on the ice, Team USA hockey. We're going to see it in just a second. Just a second. I just want to put that teaser.
2014, I was the head coach of the men's ice hockey team in Sochi. We have a big game against the Canadians in the semifinal game. That game was nip and tuck, tooth and nail, right down to the bitter end. They score one goal, and that stood up, was a 1-0 win for them, and they went on. Canada did to win the gold medal.
Why would you say ice hockey is arguably the best sport to watch during the games?
Man, I automatically, my brain turns to 1980 when the U.S. played Russia in the 80 Olympics and beat the Russians, which is the equivalent of David beating Goliath. It's the biggest upset in the history of sports, I believe, to play for their country, play the Olympic stage, and I think that's something we all want to do. That's something we all want to see.
Right.
The amount of work and energy and compassion and put it that the players put into is enormous.
Something tells me that the Olympics and you are not done. You got to go back and get some revenge.
I feel that way. There's business left undone.
So for that one person, after they watch the Olympics and they say, you know what, I'm going to go play hockey, what would be your advice?
Learn how to skate. We went through this today.
You got to learn how to skate.
You got to learn how to skate first. It's all about skating.
Okay.
There you go. Rubes, we'll go ahead and go with you, Rubes. We played the video clip. What was it like?
So I will say that I haven't gotten on the ice in a little minute. So, I had to warm up to it at first. I was definitely a little static. But then it was just like, oh, my gosh, am I playing golf right now? Because of the way I was hitting it. And then it's like, as I got comfortable, it became easier. But I just thought it was very cool to be surrounded by the checkers. And they were just like hyping me up. But I think if your favorite sport is ice hockey, Right now, Team USA playing China, so hopefully we come back with the gold. But I do have a fun fact that I learned. Ice hockey actually made its debut in the Summer Olympics in 1920 before permanently moving to the Winter Olympics. So I thought that was very interesting. But Dan Baalsma, the assistant head coach for the Charlotte Checkers, he was the head coach 2014 for the Sochi Games. It did not end the way he wanted it. That's why I said we need to have some revenge here. We need to see our face back. But it's cool to learn so many local ties here in the Charlotte area, even if they're not in the Olympics right now, if they've had some experience before. And that's, to me, that's just super cool to just know.
Ruby, you've done curling, Ruby. You've done curling and you've done the hockey so far. Which did you feel was played to your strengths?
So again, I just feel like I have a little advantage because I'm an athlete already. So some of it was I just had to get comfortable real quick. But I will say curling probably was a better strength because the guy, Steve McKee, who is the president for Charlotte Curling Association, he took it step by step for me. And I'm a very visual learner if I'm not aware of what is going on. And so because he took it step by step and then told me how the scoring works, it was like, okay, I got this. I got it.
And I'm most excited for what's next. And Ruby, you said you're going to be a figure skater, right?
Correct. We are figure skating next. Pineville Ice hosted me. So they are seeing like record numbers right now because of folks watching the Olympics. And so to be determined if, that is the next thing I'll be in the next Olympics for.
I'm usually along the guardrail when I'm skating, so Ruby already looked much better than I ever have. So well done, my friend.
Hey, we got to go. We all got to go together one day.
What I was going to say is the Charlotte Checkers are such a major part of Charlotte sports history. Longest team, except for baseball, around the Charlotte Checkers. If you ever have a chance to go out there, I had a chance to, one of the easiest things to do if you want to play hockey is be the goalie because you're down most of the time. And they had me as a goalie, and I just laid down and laid in front of the goal and blocked most of it because you got this figure right in front of it, and I definitely couldn't stand up on the skates. So be a goalie and stay down. And
I would love to see you, Larry. I would love to see that.
Fun. It was. I tried figure skating, and figure skating was impossible. I never actually made a figure skating.
Good luck, Ribs.
Completely flat. No, you'll do well. You stood up well out there. You look great on the ice out there.
I was going to say, I did just see on Twitter that the U.S. clinched gold in mixed team aerials. So got some more, medals, including gold. So that's good. But I've had a lot of fun watching Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir talk about, speaking of figure skating. But they basically said that Nathan Chen is the Tom Brady in figure skating world. That's how he is. They said that.
Oh, man.
So, I know.
Big accolade.
That is.
Hey, my girl Chloe Kim, you guys are skipping her. We can't. I mean, she's now 2 for 2 when it comes to gold medals. Yeah. She did it again last night in the halfpipe. Remember, she did this 4 years ago, like when she was 17 in Pyeongchang. She's 21 right now. And she did do a series that, and this may mean something to some of y'all, maybe Ruby, since you are now an expert on all of these. But it included a 1080, a switch 900, a switchback 540, and then another 1080. Right? I know. It's like, wow, that sounds really impressive.
How?
How? Exactly. I think that's what we need to do next, Rubes.
I was watching that this morning. Those ladies are amazing. These female, they're incredible, and she is one of a kind. Maybe she is the Tom Brady of halfpipe.
NBC Nightly News had an awesome story on her last night, and they profiled her. And after her last win at the age of 17, she went off to college, and she said she was done with snowboarding. She was so sort of fatigued, and the attention that came with the Olympics, and she just wanted to be normal. And she completely dropped out of the sport for a while, and then went off to college, got involved in college, and realized, you know what? I kind of miss it. And here she is again.
Wow. I love that.
And it works out better, too, when we kind of have some heroes to root for. Just having these names. I think you're going to hear Nathan and Chloe's name for a while since she's fully back into it. So it's nice that these two are representing the United States. And a couple of days ago, it wasn't looking too good, but now we're in the top 5 coming back. Chloe is responsible for 2 of those golds. Right. And This is awesome. Now it's really starting to heat up, and we're not even halfway done.
Yeah, and I saw Chloe is going to be on the Today Show. They said tomorrow morning. They couldn't get her tonight. I guess rather tonight, Beijing time. But she will be on the Today Show talking to them about her win and all things Olympics tomorrow morning after Wake Up Charlotte.
Can I just mention that there's the person who came in last? You talk about an amazing story. Mexico, for the first time ever, had someone in the ice skating competition.
Yeah.
Guy who trained at a public skating rink and came in last place, but at least they were represented.
Wow, that's still amazing.
So you're still an Olympian, right? No matter what place you come in.
I saw it was the first time in decades Mexico had a male figure skater.
Three decades. That's right.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
amazing.
a really neat story. So, by the way, looking forward before we leave, you want to look forward because we got a couple of big names competing today. We've got Shaun White, age of 35, I think. Competing for what will probably be his final run. And then we've got Michaela Schifrin. She is going to participate.
Yeah.
I know there have been some questions about whether or not she would.
We got Michaela.
To Schifrin.
Yes.
So we got a bunch to look forward to today. And then I guess we'll see you back here tomorrow, guys, around 11 o'clock. I mean, not 11 o'clock, around 8 a.m.
11.
It'll take 10 minutes.
We've only been up since 2. It's
11 o'clock Atlantic time.
Sure, exactly. All right, folks, see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy the Olympics.
Bye.